Episode 6, No Silver Spoon. Your yacht captain's coming here? Not a good neighborhood, is it? Not the best, no. It's only a few blocks from where Ray and I used to live, so yeah. It's the closest dock to both campuses and James's place. Grows silent and turns, hearing it before I do, several guys all in white tanks. Alone, they'd fill me with caution, but Tristan seems fearless. A new car pulls into the lot, a little black Honda, driven by a middle-aged woman with a kid in the backseat. Probably a working mom has just picked up her kid from her parents' house and is heading home after a late shift. I can remember my mom doing that. The reassuring feeling of the hot car, streaming early 2000s music and the hypnotic glow of the street lamps as we drove home. One of the guys walks away from the others, lighting up a cigarette. I watch him as he heads over to the car. It's waiting in the lot. The woman rolls down the window. And wait for it. It's a drug deal. It looks that way, yes. But what he's handing her, it sure looks similar to coke. Avery had stored in my room. Icy cold travels through my body. Why didn't I ever ask Avery where he got it? Why didn't I follow up more? In the backseat, the kid starts to cry. A thin, plaintive noise. The woman ignores. The guys walk away, waving at his fairy friends, the cigarette dangling from his lips. The woman rolls up her window and reverses, driving out of the lot. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. I have. I'd imagine so, beneath that innocence of yours. You've seen a lot. He looks around and smiles. You were trying to tell me that this is a bad neighborhood, weren't you? Maybe. The whole thing makes me sad. No wonder this neighborhood is going to shit. Drugs are flooding into it. I'm not surprised there are muggers with what's going on. People get desperate when they need a hit. I mean, that's why Ray's rent was so low. But what I don't get is why Crest Industries would want to buy up property here. Who would want to live here? Ah, he's here. If you think really hard about it, you'll know. You pulled up on the yacht, Jesus. The yacht is large. No wonder it needed a ferry dock. Come on. As we board, the wind whips the water into a frenzy. The rain speckles us. The yacht, luckily, has a broad awning, so we can enjoy the water without being drenched. Grant's father has a very similar yacht. My yacht is bigger than your yacht? Something like that. The skipper speaks to him. Tristan nods. Tristan gestures at the seats, and I sit down. It'll be a rough crossing. He's not entirely sure we'll be able to make a return trip tonight. Oh. Do you think I'll be able to get back to campus in time for class tomorrow? Depends on how early we leave. Tristan tangles his fingers in mine. His hand is warm and dry. I stare into his icy eyes, breathless. He draws me forward to the bow of the boat. Are you ready to take the plunge? You don't mean diving, do you? Because it would be real dumb to jump off a moving boat into a dark ocean. Not the plunge, I mean. He slings himself over the railing, holds out his hand, inviting me to stand on the wrong side. I'm game. I duck under the railing. The space between it and the edge of the hull is maybe an inch wide. I tuck my elbows around the rail, like he's doing, and I let myself drape forward over the water, speeding past. The wind chills my skin. Seawater and rain spikes me with cold. So, are you? The choice will restrict your ability to pursue other romances, but may impact your romance with Tristan. You're asking if I... I mean, so far I've kind of been pursuing him, so yeah. He smiles slightly as we hang over the sea, racing past wave after wave. I like knowing how far I can fall. a blush catching all of his meaning in that sentence. It reminds me of free soloing. That's rock climbing, right? The one sport that didn't allow my father to try and set me up with the right sort of people. I'm not the right sort of person. Good. I can feel my face heat despite the wind. My arms are beginning to ache, but I don't want this to end. Are you interested in bad intentions? It takes me a second to place the name. It's the club. I don't mean the club exactly, I mean what happens inside. I would. How long have you known you were interested in that? I've always been intrigued by fear. It's not the domination aspect, though, that's interesting, too. I always hoped I wouldn't get that from my father, or that there would be more a productive way to practice these urges without practicing corporate warfare. You don't like him? Not really, I hardly know him. But even though all this intrigues me on a deep level, I don't want to actually hurt people. That's what my father does. You sound angry. I am. A little. My arms hurt, and I'm cold. Here, I'll help you. He reaches over and helps me. I've gone a little stiff, and I duck under the rail and stumble into his arms. Sorry. Oh, I didn't mind that at all. He holds me effortlessly. He's warm after the brisk ocean breeze. I want you to kiss me. I think I can manage that. He pulls me against him hard. I melt into his warmth with a moan, enjoying the hot heat of his hands on my skin. His lips against mine are skilled but gentle, eking out the pleasure from me. He's drawing it out, drawing me to him. Janie. I can feel my own body warming to his, hot beneath the cold rain. I shiver, rubbing myself up against him as my instinct advises. He holds me effortlessly, stroking my spine, cradling me. His hand draws up my back almost delicately to settle on the nape of my neck. He drags his fingers lightly across my neck, my collarbone, the sensitive skin there. I gasp, startled by the intensity. I arch into him, feeling the shape of his body against mine, feeling how he wants me. Janie. Embarrassed, I break the kiss. I step aside wide-eyed with a gasp. He lets me. Rain comes in harder, tasting of the sea. Come on, let's get out of this weather. Under the awning, I wipe the rain off my skin and stare out at the water's vast, dark blankness. All of this is your father's. A fact he continually makes me painfully aware of. He wants to control every aspect of my life. I like my major, but I didn't pick it. He wanted you in CS? So I can inherit his telecom empire. He sighs, shakes his head like he's heard that phrase one too many times. Do you want to inherit his empire? Do you know? No one has ever asked me that, except for Grant. Is that why you're best friends? It's one reason. And to answer your question, I don't. I have a hard time believing that. You don't know what it's like to be poor. The level of wealth my father has is innately immoral. It's corrupt. Sounds like you want control because you're under his control. Maybe, but I'd give it all up. To what? To throw it back in his face? The skipper comes out to tell us the weather will only get worse and to confirm that the earliest we'll be able to get back is tomorrow morning. Great. I'm going there to yell at Carter about being James's guest, only to become James's guest myself. I mean, look at the circumstances. Maybe it's because of the pouring rain, but the staff immediately open the door and usher us in. The mansion is immaculately clean. The air tastes like stale potpourri, a floral cinnamon scent that reminds me of Grand's friends. But something about the space chilly on this cold, stormy night seems as imitating and empty as James himself. I shiver staring up at the gorgeous ceilings, the priceless vases and works of art. Not my kind of place. My name is Quincy. I manage the Crest household at this location.
Mr. Knox, James didn't tell me to expect you tonight.
I can't blame him for forgetting. It was last minute. Is Carter here?
Carter? Ah, James's guest. He only arrived this morning.
May I speak with him?
And your name is?
Janie Monroe.
Please, let me show you to his room, Miss Monroe. Right this way.
The household manager shows us upstairs past a hallway with identical doors that lead to identical rooms. It isn't a home. It's a hotel. Of sorts. I like how they have the tiniest of bonsai trees in the middle. The household manager knocks and then lets us into the room at the end of the corridor. Carter's lying on the bed playing video games on a large TV. Janie!
I'll have the kitchen prepare refreshments. Please use the intercom if you need anything else. I'll be back soon.
And with a slight bow, he departs. What are you doing here? Tristan and I are here to take you back. You can't stay here. Why would I leave? This place is dope. You and I weren't raised to live off of others' charity. It isn't right, it's parasitic. Right, so you want me to clean up my act, get a job, get my own place? Like a high school dropout. Could do that in the next 3 days. I need a place to stay now, Janie. If I go back, you and Gran could be in danger. If I stay, I get a personal cook and play video games all day. Wow, that's really looking for a job, kid. I can't mention that the FBI has offered him a safe house and is pressuring me. Not in front of Tristan. I think you should hear Janie out. Carter. Come on, let me stay. It doesn't hurt anyone. A gentle tap on the door interrupts us.
I'll set these on the table for you. Is there any more I can do for you tonight?
Janie and I will be spending the night. The conditions don't permit a crossing.
I will make up 2 rooms. Of course, I'll be back in a moment. Once your room is ready.
Carter and I stare at each other. It would feel like a standoff, except Carter's much, much too relaxed for that. What do you do when you run out? He flinches and looks away. I'm right, he's high.
Ahem. Miss Monroe, Mr. Knox, I have prepared 2 rooms. If you could follow me.
Why do I feel like you interrupt on purpose? And it seems like James is keeping him strung out for a reason. I look around the bedroom with a sigh. It smells like its own freshly laundered sheets. It's similar to Carter's room, except for the flowers. The household manager has laid out a selection of pajamas in a robe. It's diamond choice time. Pure cotton, basic, crimson, silky, slip. They just have outfits, just fits right in our size. Okay. Modest and modestly immodest princess. Okay. So hold on. The one has leggings, so this is regular dress. The one has leggings, but then this one doesn't, and the stocking thing right there connects to nothing. I don't know if they did that on purpose or what. I want to send a selfie to Lillian, send a selfie to Chloe, take a selfie, but don't send it. I thought we would only be able to pursue Tristan with that choice. I'm confused right now, but I've been digging Chloe more than Lillian. I flip the view of the camera and spend a few minutes moving around the room trying to get the lighting and background right. Once I have that, I snap a few series of pics. I pop on a filter, brighten the image, and text it over. Well, that certainly looks different than what we just picked. You look incredible in that, so gorgeous. I want to see you in that in IRL. Seriously, gorgeous doesn't even begin to describe it. That makes me want to kiss you so badly. It's too bad we can't blow up the picture. Chloe sends a photo of herself, looking at her camera, biting her lip, and I smile. We can't see that either. I sit down on the bed. It's excruciatingly comfortable. The bedsheets are nicer than anything I've ever owned or seen before. Alone now, all I hear is how the wind thrashes against the window, how the rain sounds like pearls hitting the glass, how the waves boom against the shore. Agitated yet exhausted, I stare out the window at the dark, with the rain skidding the thick glass like beads of mercury. What's it like to own an island? To be wealthy enough that you don't even live on the island you own? I'm going to study, knock on Tristan's door, speak to Carter, not like this. I'm gonna study. Let's see what's on my to-do list. I flop belly first on the bed and thumb through Slate, wondering which I'll study up on tonight. The workload at Kearney is more intense than in high school. Oh, there are almost too many things to pick from. I decide to focus on one class. I have about an hour before I need to get some sleep, so I might as well use it. Which class will it be? Redacted, CIA, Ethics, AI, Psychology, Science of Influence, Physics, and Introduction. I'm gonna go with Physics, why not? I like Physics. Oh, you're just gonna cut us off, aren't you? You're not gonna at least try. That night, I sleep deeply, lulled by the soft mattress, the sweetly scented sheets, and the pounding of the rain on the window. I wake up at about 2 a.m. in a panic, unable to figure out where I am and thinking about my parents. Oh my god, it must have been a nightmare. I can't remember it, but my heart is pounding and a cold sweat sticks my Linder pajamas to my body. I stand up, stretch, I need to go to the bathroom, I'm desperately thirsty and I have cramps in my calves. The en-suite bathroom takes care of 2 out of the 3 bodily needs, leaving me to deal with the restless legs and fear still coursing through my bloodstream. I want to... Sure, we're going to explore while looking like this. Could you at least put the robe on? Inspired by my restlessness. I leave my bedroom to walk the wide halls. No one seems to be awake. It's late enough that even the light under my brother's door has dimmed. I'm led downstairs to the main rooms used for entertaining and living. I pause, stretching on the stairwell like a runner, aware of how awkward I must look. Light glimmering on the highly polished floor catches my eye. I pause and listen. Okay, it's weird. She's not wearing what she was wearing, but also not a robe. It's weird. The soft sounds of voices accompanies the glow, a man and a woman. I don't know anything about British accents, but they both sound kind of like Jamie's. I may not know business, but I do know people. You could say it is my job to know people. I wasn't contesting your authority. I was simply saying, they will betray us, Charles. Please. Charles. I remember that from Dossier that James's father's named Charles. I hate to argue while jet-lagged. It's not done. Why should we believe that they'd act in good faith on a handshake deal like that gentleman? Self-interest? Harry and Arthur are both self-made men, and the oil baron friend of theirs, he lost control of the autistic daughter of his, and she's missing? And did Quincy tell you James is some junkie staying here? What has the world come to? Quiet and a soft laugh. I get the feeling they're about to go to bed. Hard pounding, I turn and walk upstairs. Not run, that'd be too loud, but I walk very, very quickly. I go back to my room. I settle in my bed, my chest buzzing with anxiety and my mind buzzing with thoughts. I can't be that abnormal for the Crest to be involved in a business deal with the Atwood and Knox families, right? They already know each other. It's unlikely to be connected to what I'm looking into, right? Like rich people do business all the time, it's how they're rich. But I can't even begin to speculate. Half-finished thoughts torment me, moss drawn to a flame. Eventually I fall into an uneasy sleep, unsure of what I was even thinking about in the first place. I wake feeling deliciously rested, better than I have all semester. The bed cradles me perfectly, comfortable, and easing the aches, pains, tensions I didn't even know I had. I stretch slowly, luxuriously, as consciousness trickles through me. Wait, I feel rested. And the sun looks like it's up. More than up, it's all the way up. Oh, no, 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 no. I stare at my cell phone, every bit of tension back in my body, and I flop back down with a groan. It's 11:30 a.m. I missed class, I missed everything. By the time I get back to campus, it'll be too late. I'll email to say I was well. What have I done? Screw it. It's not an ideal situation, but there's nothing I can do about it now. I shrug, spend a few more minutes luxuriating in bed before I get up. Not sure what I should do exactly. I pause the intercom. An unfamiliar, crackling voice answers me and tells me a staff member will attend me right away. Soon the house manager knocks and I let him in. God, you're up all night and day too, dude.
Would you like to dine in the room or downstairs? I believe Carter and Tristan will be having lunch soon.
Do I have time to shower?
I took the liberty of bringing you some clothes, Miss Monroe, as you did not arrive packed and intending to stay the night.
You have clothes here?
We keep an assortment for guests of the young lord. Contingencies.
Does he mean girlfriends or contingencies? The idea I might be wearing James Crest's ex-girlfriend's clothing is nearly as uncomfortable as the other idea I had, and I don't particularly want to think about it even to myself. I shake my head, decide not to ask. Instead, I draw myself aside to take a peek at my choices. Shirt, dress, basic. Pinstripe pencil skirt, twisted. Beachy maxi dress, and shirt and slacks, foxy. I mean, it's black, I guess. Oh, we can change our hair. Wonderful. Oh my god. The 80s called. Foxy. I've never seen that, ever, in my entire life. I'm just gonna go with basic and then go back to what I had. Be right back! When I'm dressed, I go downstairs for breakfast. Or rather, lunch. The light reflects palely, and the air smells richly of coffee and sugar. Tristan and Carter are sitting on the sofas. Both are looking at newspapers, which is weird, to say the least.
Amelia asked that I serve you a casual meal here, as the dining room is currently being prepared for dinner. She plans to host tonight. I hope that will be acceptable. What would you like to eat? The kitchen isn't prepared to host, but fortunately our chef is creative and has come up with several options.
We have avocado toast, eggs Benedict, Gilgrillo toast, never heard of that ever. Not a fan of the eggs Benedict. Also the avocado toast. Listen, I'm not a huge person who likes eggs. I know, shocking. I like scrambled though, but I'll go with this one. Also, can we just take a moment and admire the steam that actually comes off the food? I'm just saying, look at the steam in the background. When the house manager returns, I dig into the food. It's amazing, rich, flavorful. Do rich people eat like this all the time? Yes. Why is it so important to you that I leave? This place is dope. You're mooching off of them. They can afford it. What do you think grand taking care of us is? Family. Is that important to you? That I leave? I came all this way. I've missed classes. So yeah. Well, if you've missed class... He and I start to laugh. Tristan watches us. He seems to be observing us carefully. The tap of the high-quality shoes on the stone draws my attention. I set aside my food, brushing the crumbs from my lips with one finger, and I look up. I'm Amelia Crest. It's such a pleasure to meet you both. Carter and Janie. Any friend of James is always welcome here. I recognize her soft, plummy tones as the woman's voice I heard last night. Despite her welcoming words, she doesn't sit with us, and her gentle smile seems too constant to be genuine. And Tristan, how lovely it is to see you again. It's my pleasure, Miss Crest. Please, as I've said before, call me by my Christian name. I could never dare. James said that nobody would be here. My husband and I have come into town for business. I'm afraid James is not always appraised of our social calendar when it comes to our financial dealings. I am hosting a party tonight for a few close friends of my husband's, but you're welcome to stay as long as you need to. I believe your father will be here, Tristan, as his personal assistant did our SVP. Would you like to stay on to join us for supper? I appreciate the offer, but I think I must return to campus. I have a test. We'll be leaving as soon as we finish eating. Carter, for once, doesn't contradict me. His gaze, as it rests on James's mother, is unusually thoughtful. Yes, well, the weather has gotten better, hasn't it? Well, Quincy will help you with whatever you require, and of course, you are welcome to linger as long as you like. She looks at me, a long, sharp gaze that measures and finds me less. Carter, I found you another place to stay. Carter's watching Amelia leave. He tears his gaze away. Oh, yeah? Well, that's good. He picks at his food and looks up at me sadly. You know, better a dead mother like ours than a live one like her. She's got shark eyes. Smart kid. Normally, when he talks about our parents, his voice is full of rage, bitterness, self-loathing, but right now it's not. He's only thoughtful. It suits him, and I see a glimpse of a man I hope my little brother will grow up to be. I pull up my phone and text Tiana and George. He's agreed to leave the Crest mansion. He doesn't know the place I found him for is to stay with you guys. That's fine. Deliver him to us and we'll take it from there. Good job. Tristan and I work out the logistics. He has some business to take care of, which is convenient for me, so he'll be dropping Carter and me off at the docks. The only thing I dislike about this book and this app is how slow it takes to pan. Love you guys, though. Otherwise, good work. The docks look less scary in the morning, but still not great. Tristan has been reluctant to drop Carter and me off, but Carter has promised to take care of me. I nearly rolled my eyes at that, but Tristan seemed to take him seriously. I told Tristan I'd summoned a ride, and it wouldn't take long. He nodded, and then his skipper had come to speak to him in a low, urgent tone. I get the feeling the business Tristan has to take care of has something to do with borrowing his father's yacht without permission, and then getting caught by James's mom. George and Tiana are waiting for me in the parking lot. Carter freezes when he sees them, on the verge of running, but I grab his shoulder. They're going to keep you safe. The safe house is all set up for you. We have a few T's to cross, I's to dot, but you should be all good. Carter hangs back, glaring at me. They are 100% cops. No, they're FBI. Are you f***ing with me? The motherfucking FBI, Janie! I'm working for them. Oh, tell me this is some sort of joke. If you'll come with us, I'm not going back to jail. No, you're not. We can keep you safe. He gives me one last betrayed look that also expresses his deep content, but he seems to go with him. Will he ever forgive me for this? Does it matter? Part of me, maybe more than part of me, is hoping that if he's in protective custody, he won't be able to get high. Going cold turkey is dangerous, but after this, I just want him to get clean. When I get back to campus, I have only about 5 minutes before my exam starts, but at least I've studied. so I trot across campus as fast as I can. I arrive just before the professor closes the doors. Luckily, aside from the professor's raised eyebrow, nobody comments on how out of breath I am. I slide into my seat, set aside my stuff, and wait for the exam to get to me. Blue book. I scan the front, flip it over, read the back. It's not long, which means each question will be weighed for more. Oh, I know this. I know all of this. This will be easy. I fall into the weird headspace I go into when I test taking, a place that's both timeless and where I'm acutely aware of each tick of the clock. When I'm done writing out the answers to my physics exam, I feel like I could have given Sir Isaac Newton a run for his money. I'm done about 5 minutes after the first person leave, which is perfect. I hate finishing the exam too early. It usually means I've missed something. For me, it just means I get really bored, and thank God in college you can leave, because, yeah, no, that was a no-go for me in other places. I leave the lecture hall dazed and brain dead and hungry. Yeah, normally I would act out because I was kind of hyper as a child. Why do tests always make me so hungry? I could eat a house. At the door, I grope through my purse and dig my student ID out of my wallet. Will you sign my petition? What's it for? It's a petition to improve food quality and the labor conditions of the student workers who prepare the food. Oh, sure. I hand the clipboard back. Staring at the dining hall, I haven't felt this alone since I was in freshman in high school, but before Ray, I started sitting together every day. Around me are unfamiliar faces, everyone laughing, chatting, all those people who already know each other, or sitting with roommates, or meeting with classmates to study, so I feel cold. They're all having the college experience I'm supposed to be having. Somehow I feel like I'm doing college all wrong. I don't know how to person, much less adult. Trust me, it never gets any better. I grab a tray and walk over to serve myself, carelessly scooping up mashed potatoes and from what may or may not be fried onions. The dining hall is full, but so many faces are unfamiliar. A few faces I recognize from my lectures, but that's about it. I sit myself down to eat, pull out my phone so I don't look so pathetic. Maybe I can text someone? Near me, I hear Chloe's roommate, whom I only seen around vaguely, talking about a house party. Is there a party at yours today? Don't remind me. All I need is Scrabble, but I suppose people party in college. I just wish it wasn't in my dorm. You want company? Yes, please. 7 p.m.? No one will be there at 7. When do parties normally start? I don't know. Normally like 11. But young adults need 20 hours of sleep. 10 hours. I'll see you at 10:30? Yes. Young adults. Listen, lady, how old are you? Satisfied that I'm not a complete loser, I put my phone away and finish up my dinner. In addition to having something to do on Friday night, going to a house party will let me get to know Chloe better. Chloe is so mysterious, definitely hiding something. It probably doesn't relate to what Tiana and George want me to find out, but still, her interest in the Rosewood Club. Is that really a coincidence? What's her deal anyway? My phone bings as a text arrives. Oh, it's from Lillian. I was wondering if you could do me a huge favor. What is it? So, you know I like shibari? Uh-huh. Ropes. Yeah, I know I got it the first time. I only ever practice on my own, but there's a workshop on campus in about an hour that I just heard about via Imagine, and I'm scared to go alone. Will you go with me? Definitely interested. I'm curious why people like it. Love to join you, but not do shibari. God, again, I thought we were only with Tristan now. Sorry, not my cuppa. Sure. Definitely interested. I'm excited. See you there. On the way over to the gym's yoga studio, I search up shibari and read an article about it, scroll through a few photos, and then watch a brief tutorial video where a girl who calls herself a rope bunny also talks about why she likes it. I learned that it originated as a form of torture in Japan's early history before it mutated into a form of a display. It has certain specialized forms or ties. Although many of the forms are contorted, look deliberately uncomfortable, many rope bunnies or rope subs find that the binding induces serene, powerful forms of mindfulness that feels very close to bliss. When Lillian sees me, she waves me over to where she's sitting on a yoga mat. She's wearing a bright smile and her eyes sparkle. I'm so happy to see you. As soon as I sit down next to her, she leans over to embrace me with a kneeling position. Her breasts brush mine lightly, and her breath pricks my neck, making me shiver. Nervous, but delighted by the sensation she awakens, I lean back on my heels to sit like she is sitting. I'm so happy you're here. I wanted to do this with you. Shyly, she blushes and looks down at her hands. I would have understood if you hadn't wanted to come. I know not everyone likes this, but you do, so I want to learn more about it. Oh. She flushes, clearly pleased. I think I should know how the knots work. A thin young man moves in front of the class, takes a seat, cross-legged beneath a suspended bamboo beam. Hello, my name is Monty, and I'm here to welcome you to Rope 101. Before we get started, I'd like to express my gratitude towards my volunteer, Lisa, who will be helping me demonstrate various ties. Wearing all black, she walks out, kneels behind him. She keeps her gaze on the ground and hands on her thighs. She looks familiar. While there are many terms for rope masters, I prefer to be called a rope artist. I design my scenes carefully, and only to take on a 1-year apprentice a year. And yes, before you ask, there is a wait list. Now, before we get started, let's grab some ropes, wipe them down. If you brought your own, let me take a look and see if they're appropriate for shibari. Lillian raises her hand. A second later, Monty comes over to look at her ropes. He glances at her sharply but approvingly and nods. First, Monty goes through some basic safety rules. The EMT shears, 2-finger rule, how to coil a rope, so on. Lillian hands me some of her rope, and I experiment with it, coiling it around my palms. The hiss of the rope between my hands, the round, smooth sleekness of it, watching it move past the repetition, it feels hypnotic. I can see why people find this relaxing. Now, we're gonna go into some basic ties. Jeannie, will you tie me? I mean, I don't know why you're just gonna say platonically. You're helping her do something, but sure, yeah. The first tie is a simple limp. I watched the demonstration on Lisa, but can't really see the last part, and try it on Lillian. Overhand, like this. I watch, and then attempt it. I love how Lillian's skin looks beneath the rope, its softness and vulnerability. Lillian watches me with bright eyes, a flush on her cheeks, and I can tell she's as interested in this as I am. It'd be embarrassing because it's so public. But it's with her, so between the two of us, this moment seems private. I let the ropes slither free. Try it again. She smiles at me. After that, Monty shows us how to tie 2 limbs together, as Lillian presents me with her wrists. I press together, I can feel my cheeks burn. She looks so pretty like that. Yes, I like that. I move the rope around her wrist, winding the rope so that each pass lies flat. Create a thick, comfortable band. You know, sometimes I get scared. People judge me for liking this. What do you mean? Why? I work on untying the ropes gently. You know, stereotypes? Oh. Yeah, like Asian women are supposed to be submissive, and I'm not. I just like this. You feeling mindful? It takes me away from everything. I feel completely out of control and in control at the same time, purely present in my body. And completely okay with my body exactly as it is. It feels magical, you know? I know what you mean. This is beautiful. Yeah, it is.
Monty decides to introduce us to a simple harness. After that, I move the rope above Lillian's breasts, letting the length of it across, caressing her body. Then I cast the rope below her breast, my face at eye level to her chest, my breath catches in my mouth, my throat, as I bring the ropes just tight enough. I follow the rope's path, looping it over and up around as demonstrated, creating a harness that frames her breast prettily, separating them and squeezing them, making an artwork out of her body. Monty has been helping the struggling lesbian couple next to us. Both are left-handed and they're struggling with the knots. Now, if you've done all of them backward, it wouldn't be a problem. But you've done about half of them backward, so... Embarrassed, the girls are laughing in a tangle of rope. I keep eye contact with Lillian as I reach around her to finish the final knots. Her eyes are wide and her breath is quick. So is mine, but for a different reason. Tightening the rope against your skin felt good in a strange way. Sending her into this trance felt better. You look so pretty like this. Is this okay? I think we should practice more. Now it's time to wrap it up, get it? Okay, folks. If you need any help, let me know. I have dinner after this with my in-laws, and I won't want to tell them I'm all tied up. Rope puns. I pull the ropes through, following my own path backward, listening to their hiss, watching them pass and move across her skin. She shivers. At the end of the class, Monty repeats the phrase, safe, sane, consensual, and shows us how to clean and put the ropes away. Lillian coils her own, her hands quick in practice. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. It's nice to have someone who I can... Text? Yeah, text. What are you doing later? Oh, I actually have something planned. Oh, that's alright. I was gonna go into that sewing studio anyway, to work on some of the larger machines. It's empty at night. Working on a pattern? I have some new ideas. Would you mind trying them on for me sometime and being my guinea pig? Don't you have those mannequins? I'd like to see how the fabric moves, know how easy it is to get in and out of the garment, and also how comfortable it is. Well, yes, of course. Well, I better go. Me too. See you later. She gives me a quick hug and bounces off, though. I can't help but wonder if she's disappointed that I can't come to the studio with her. What would it be like if I didn't have all this FBI stuff hanging over my head all the time? But I need to go to that party. So that I head out just before the shibari teacher flicks out the studio's lights. When I arrive, it seems like half of Kearney's freshman class is at the same party. And there are some upperclassmen as well. I mean, I see some Rosewood men. It's not a frat party with beer pong and a DJ. It's a house party. Every available surface littered with cheap B.O.B. cans. The kind of party where people talk, don't dance, where sofas are full of girls on guys' laps, half teasing, half serious. With some guy with the ground floor room as his door open. He's got a TV set up. There's a ton of people watching Mario Kart. Here. Okay. I weave around, searching for Chloe in the hubbub. Hey, you there. Look at you. Sing about a girl like you. You don't even know my name. He makes a fapping gesture. His friends, equally drunk, burst into laughter. Bro, that doesn't surprise me at all. Have you named her? What? Your right hand, because that's clearly the only girlfriend you're ever gonna have. His friends burst into laughter, slapping him on the shoulder, almost causing him to stagger over, and he scowls at them. Smirking, I continue my search.
Yeah, that's how women should be with idiots like that. There you are. Do you like parties? I think they're too loud. Do I like parties? Where's the no option? That seems tame. She pulls me aside to the corner of the room so we both have our backs to the walls. Out in the middle of the floor, two girls are making out. It feels like all the noises are happening inside my head all at once. I hate it when girls do that. You mean put on a show? Yes, sex, love, or meaningful acts, not performances. I think it devalues their relationships between women, putting them on the same level as prawn display for the male gaze. Oh, God, I love you. What? No, I agree with that. Listen, no, we'll have a talk at the end of here, seriously. They're just having fun. And I don't want to be prude. They're objectifying themselves. Chloe spins abruptly, burying her face in her neck, or in my neck. Given her previous comments, sudden affection gesture surprises me, to say the least. I can feel her lips against my skin. The warm sensation of her breath on me gives me a little shiver, not unpleasant. Cautious, not sure what to do or think, I wrap my hand around her waist. I like how my hand fits into her curves. It feels so magical to be holding another girl like this. I never thought I'd get to do this. How she fits into my arms, how her hair tickles my face, and how her body feels so soft against mine. Like we're both made of the same stuff, the same material, meant to be pressed together. Wow, you're here. Until now, I thought this was a party. It was lit. It'll pick up once you leave. Sophie rolls her eye. She looks with curiosity at Chloe, but before she can say anything, Avery comes to join us. Hey, Janie. Didn't expect to see you here. Sophie slides her arm through his, pressing her body up against his like she's a boa constrictor. Avery doesn't seem repulsed, but he's sweaty. His pupils seem dilated. He's high. On what? I don't know, but he sways. I need to ask where he got that. Given what I saw at the docks on the way to James, it might be important. Oh, touch me like that again. It gives me... Public PDA. Is she trying to sleep with all the guys in Rosewood Club? Why? Against my skin, I can feel Chloe rolling her eyes. What Sophie's saying. Avery, where did you get it? Get what? Oh, this or that? He squeezes Sophie's breast, giggles. Blech. I try not to sigh. Not that they'd notice if I did. It's not my business how Tristan and Grant would feel if they saw this, and I'm not even in charge of Avery or Sophie, but still, you know what? What we were talking about on the golf course? Oh, that. He seems to sharpen a little, looking at me. Yeah, that, Jasper, of course. I get everything from Jasper. Everyone gets everything from Jasper. He knows somebody. In New Jersey, the most hardcore shit. Is he here? Hi! Oh, yeah, in the back room. Or maybe on a couch. She hangs her fingers inside his shirt collar and then stands on her toes to whisper in his ear, pressing her body against his all over in the slithering way. Upstairs? I don't want to see this anymore. And Chloe's still clinging to me, so I pull Chloe away from the, I wouldn't call them lovebirds. Chloe is super weird as I pull her away, keeping her face pressed against me like someone superglued her nose to my neck. But Avery and Sophie don't seem to notice. Yeah, she has an issue with people from Rosewood Club. They're going upstairs now. Oh. Chloe untangles herself from me and looks around nervously. The absence of her body makes me feel lonely, like something is missing. There was a sweetness to how she was pressed herself up against me like that, hiding herself as if I could protect her. But protect her from what? I'm sorry. I should have never left my room. I shouldn't be down here. It was a bad idea. Do you want to get out of here? Take a walk? Fresh air would be good. I could get a contact high from this. I don't know who is smoking or where, but someone is. Although the air used to be clear, now a thick haze is making it taste like weed. Maybe I can talk to Jasper on the way out. Chloe and I head towards the door, and I do see Jasper, but... Ah. I know that look. That's the look Carter gets on his face after he's nodding, questioning now. Wouldn't be productive at all. Sickened with my own sadness, I keep moving. It's not just Chloe anymore. I need to leave the party now, too. We leave, head towards the quad. It's brightly lit there, and there are benches. You okay? You look shaken. I could recognize a high anywhere. I'm okay. It wasn't Sophie, was it? She hasn't changed since kindergarten. I step back from Chloe and look at her. She looks at me and then sighs. You know all of them, don't you? The Rosewood Club men, fathers, the people they hang out with. But you don't want them to know that you're here. Why is that? She looks away, tears brightening her eyes. What I don't understand is why you keep watching them and getting near them if you don't want them to see you. What is it? I take her hand in my own. She turns towards me. Her eyes are beautiful, even shiny with tears, and her lips are full and tremble with emotion. Her body's stiff with anxiety. She won't meet my eyes, but I can't tell she's paying attention to me with such passion and sharpness that it makes my heart ache. What is it, Chloe? Can't you trust me? I want to. It's only I need to trust someone, and Janie, you're so you. She says this with just a miserable whisper that I want to do nothing but take her in my arms, but I don't. Not yet, because I have to know. What is it? I know them. I've known them for a long time, but we were never close. Same circles. They aren't supposed to know I'm here. Why is that? I'm in witness protection. I'm going to testify in court against my father. I'm so confused. Okay, so anyway, I give you I give you a 5, I guess. I give you a 5 on that one. Speaking of which, diamonds, hold on. Alright, so 13 to Twisted. There's also 13 diamonds. Tee-hee! Alright, so looks like the next chapter will not be available until August. That's right, not July, August. So, keep that in mind. Without further ado, please remember that if you did enjoy the content, to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description, plenty of things to check out there. Without further ado, let me say the following. So, I have nothing against PDA, right? Especially between two couples and whatnot. There is a certain level of PDA though that does exceed what should happen in public or whatnot, right? I know there's people out there with kinks and whatnot. I'm not shaming you. I'm just saying that's just who and what I am. I'm a person who's very open-minded, right? And I'm willing to try anything once, but at the same time, typically, let me just put it this way. In college, right, and parties and whatnot, you will always see commonly the same women at every single party doing the same shit in front of a bunch of people to be the wild child, I guess we'll say, or to be the attention seeker or whatnot. Now, it transcends outside of college too. So right now I'm playing a mobile game currently where women have literally and figuratively been changing their profile pictures, right? For hoots and hollers of men and women alike. Basically showing themselves in their profile pictures that you can literally tap on and it blows up to a full picture on your phone of them with absolutely nothing on. And then they'll change their picture back before if you report them or whatnot, right? And this is a game that's for children. Like, this is something that where children will play, teens, adults, whatnot, and they're avidly and just posting and doing this in public. And it's something that's really not great. So, yeah, no, and they do this, and then also the kicker is this is a game where, if you've played Whiteout Survival, Frozen City, whatnot, it's a game like that. It's a multiplayer game. So, they do this, and then in the game, it literally has likes, right? So you can literally hit someone's message and like it or dislike it, give it a heart, things like that. To me, I hate those features. Even though I'm a content creator, and right, that's literally and figuratively how I'm able to get my videos out there, and how the system says, oh, well, people might like this. It seems a little, I don't know, pointless when it's in a video game that offers nothing for amount of likes or whatnot you get. And again, these people are feeding off of likes, attention. Again, it's a multiplayer game, and again, these people are doing this openly in front of the whole entire world. They do it just to do it. And then, there was, just to give you an example, there was one guy who said, you really shouldn't be doing that. That people can literally blow up your picture, and then they can reverse search you and look you up. And they told him that, they called him out, and they said he was this and he was that, and he was against women's empowerment and all this other stuff. And I'm just sitting there going, the guy was just looking out for you. Like, he's saying how the world is and how the world works, and you're just literally and figuratively going at the guy for just trying to look out for you. Like, and then people wonder why good guys don't exist now in a public domain. Like, we just let shit happen in terms of like social media or whatnot. We just let shit happen now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to be one of those people who used to be like, no, don't do that, or no, I'll run in there and try and help or save or whatnot. No, unless it's happening in real life in person where it can actually make a difference or save someone's life, I don't give a damn anymore, because I have tried advocating and tried pushing things for decades, and no one has cared. So I'm just, you get to a certain age where you go, you know what? I guess they're just gonna have to learn, right? They're just gonna have to learn. And yeah, no, unfortunately, that's how it works. But aside from that, thanks again for watching. If you guys are enjoying this, again, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And again, I'll see you in August for this particular book, but look forward to all my other videos being done on a lot of other chapters, games, and also apps. So, catch you later. Peace.